Ever since the company's resurgence in the early 1960s, the Marvel Universe has been home to some of the most heroic and inspiring characters in all of modern fiction. From Spider-Man to the X-Men to the Avengers, the world of Marvel Comics has been filled with larger-than-life heroes in virtually every corner for decades. But what if they weren't heroes? What if something happened that turned these once pantheons of virtue into a swarm of emotionless and destructive undead? Welcome to the world of Marvel Zombies. Originally created by Mark Millar and Greg Land, Marvel Zombies was most famously brought to life in a 5-issue miniseries throughout late 2005 and 2006, written by Robert Kirkman, the creator of another popular zombie-themed comic book in Image's The Walking Dead. This series imagines an alternate Marvel universe, one where the various heroes we've come to know became infected by a mysterious virus, and slowly deteriorated and destroyed their world in an endless quest to consume. This horrifying take on the Marvel status quo remains one of the most interesting alternate versions of the company's flagship characters, and in this video I want to explore the history of Marvel Zombies, the initial ideas behind this horrific story, and how writers such as Millar and Kirkman crafted this grotesque and chilling take on the popular Marvel universe. While the Marvel Zombies story is most well known for its 2005 miniseries, the genesis of this twisted world actually began in the pages of Ultimate Fantastic Four. In particular, during Mark Millar and Greg Land's run on the series, the pair explored Ultimate Reed Richards' desire to connect with alternate dimensions, with the comic seemingly building up to a confrontation between the Reed of Earth 1610 and the classic Reed Richards of Earth 616. Instead, in Ultimate Fantastic Four issue 21, Reed manages to connect with an alternate version of himself, and even travels to his dimension, only to realise he'd been tricked, finding himself in a world indistinguishable from the main Marvel universe, except for the fact that the various superheroes within it are now zombies. Reed is chased by the zombified Fantastic Four, as the comic begins to tell us the origin of this nightmarish world. You see, it's revealed that several days prior, the Sentry had returned to Earth infected with a mysterious virus that turned him into the undead, attacking the Avengers and ultimately spreading the virus until no hero remained uninfected. Reed manages to escape from his twisted doppelgangers, only to be cornered by a swarm of other zombified heroes, only for the Hulk to arrive and claim Reed for himself. Suddenly, as the zombies begin to swarm Richards, a flurry of cars attack the horde from above, as Magneto arrives and offers to help Mr. Fantastic. Unlike the rest of the other characters we've met in this weird world, Magneto isn't infected at all, and instead serves as the last superhuman standing against the undead horde. Magneto takes Reed to a secret hideout, introducing him to his team of non-superhero survivors that he protects. As the two discuss how Reed found himself in this alternate world, we see Reed's portal back in the Baxter building begin to open, as the zombified Fantastic Four step out of it and step into the Ultimate Universe. The other members of the Ultimate Fantastic Four attempt to fight off their undead counterparts, with Sue holding them off in a force field while Ben and Johnny attempt to escape. However, the zombified Reed manages to stretch himself through the cracks of the door and into the following room, where Ben and Johnny manage to fight him off, burning him alive before Sue puts him into a coma. As this is all going on, Magneto's hideout is attacked by the swarm of former heroes, as his team of survivors and Reed attempt to make their way to this universe's Baxter building, aiming to send Reed home and to destroy the machine that connected their dimensions. Standing in their way are virtually every single undead hero in the Marvel universe, and as Reed and Magneto struggle to fend them off, they're saved by the Ultimate Fantastic Four. Ben takes on the Hulk as Johnny rains fire on the horde from above, as the heroes make it to the Baxter building and find the machine. The Fantastic Four leave and return to their dimension as Magneto blows himself up along with the Baxter building, isolating his nightmarish world and preventing the virus from spreading from one doomed world to another. Although it appeared that the Marvel Zombies story had concluded following its 3-issue arc in Ultimate Fantastic Four, it turned out not to be the case. Only a month after this story concluded in December 2005, the first of a 5-issue series exploring the undead universe in greater detail was released. Written by Robert Kirkman with art by Sean Phillips, this miniseries picks up where the original story left off, with Magneto destroying the machine used to travel between dimensions. Before his death, however, he's apprehended by the Horde, who reveals to him that members of his former team, the Acolytes, are still alive on Asteroid M. Magneto attempts to escape, fighting the zombies off and even decapitating Hawkeye, but he is ultimately killed and eaten. After Magneto is devoured, the undead heroes argue about what they do next, realising they're slowly running out of food. As they continue to argue, a mysterious figure comes down from the sky, as the Silver Surfer arrives on Earth to warn them of the coming of Galactus. As the heroes watch the Surfer fly towards them, Hank Pym returns to a secret hideout, where he is keeping Black Panther unconscious but alive as he slowly eats away at the King of Wakanda. As Hank begins to amputate T'Challa's leg, he is stopped by the Wasp, shocked to discover that her husband had been hiding the Black Panther's body from her. As a result, the pair fight, and Giant Man ultimately grabs Janet and bites her head off. As this horror unfolds, the undead Avengers watch as the Silver Surfer comes closer, arguing over their hunger and desperation. As he warns them of Galactus' impending arrival, the Avengers attack him and attempt to eat the Silver Surfer. As the Surfer attempts to fight back, Spider-Man awakens the Hulk, who grabs the Silver Surfer and allows the Horde to begin eating him. The zombies discover that upon consuming the Surfer, they actually gain his powers. As this is going on though, it's revealed that Black Panther managed to escape from Giant Man's base, carrying with him the head of the undead Wasp, before being confronted by members of the Acolytes, Magneto's former team, who take both T'Challa and Janet with them to Asteroid M. While this is going on, the zombie Avengers, now with the power of the Silver Surfer, are interrupted by Galactus, who threatens to consume the entire planet and seek vengeance on the Horde for the death of his herald. Galactus rains cosmic energy from above, as the Horde strategize on how to defeat the Eater of Worlds. Giant Man takes the heroes back to his lab, only to discover that both Black Panther and the Wasp have escaped. As they try to plan their attack on Galactus, we see that T'Challa and the Acolytes have arrived on Asteroid M, where they are met by Forge, the former member of the X-Men. Meanwhile, days later, the zombies begin to put together pieces of a weapon that they will use to try and defeat Galactus, using stolen vibranium to amplify the powers that they gain from the Silver Surfer. They unleash the weapon as Galactus fights off an army of undead supervillains, wounding the Eater of Worlds and allowing the Horde to begin consuming him. As the zombies attempt to swarm Galactus and make their way through the remaining villains, Captain America is killed by the Red Skull. Nevertheless, as Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, Giant Man and Luke Cage consume the Eater of Worlds, they become infused with the power cosmic. With these newfound powers, the former heroes now become the collective Galacti, and decide to take their hunger to the stars, conquering and devouring worlds, and leaving behind nothing in their wake. Following the release of this 5-issue miniseries in early 2006, Marvel produced a number of sequel and spin-off books which continued the tale of Marvel Zombies. Namely, in September 2007, the company released another 5-issue series entitled Marvel Zombies vs. Army of Darkness, which saw the undead heroes face off against the characters of the Evil Dead film series. Later that same year, Marvel also released Marvel Zombies 2, a sequel book set 5 years later, which explored the undead Galacti's quest to conquer and consume the universe, and ends in the remaining zombies being transported and trapped in yet another alternate universe. While there are other comics published in the Marvel Zombies banner, this story in particular had its final chapter told in the 2009 miniseries Marvel Zombies Return, which focuses on the fates of the undead heroes stuck on Earth Z, resulting in a clash between the Hulk and the Inhumans, which saw the destruction of that universe's New York City. In the end, the Watcher sends the zombified Sentry back through time, retelling the events of the initial Marvel Zombies flashback, and revealing that the entire saga existed in a time loop. Looking back at these comics for the first time since their initial release, I actually found Marvel Zombies to be a truly fascinating and unique approach to storytelling from Marvel. While zombie fiction is itself by no means a new idea in the world of comics, I think these stories gave writers such as Robert Kirkman and Mark Millar the opportunity to experiment with both classical horror tropes and satire with these larger-than-life characters, in ways they wouldn't have usually been able to. The standalone Marvel Zombies books in particular remind me a lot of Colin Bunn's 2012 miniseries Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and given that the original Marvel Zombies comic was released 6 years prior to that story, I think it's fair to say that Marvel Zombies has had a significant impact on the way these out-of-continuity stories have been told in years since. The original 3-issue arc in Ultimate Fantastic Four, though, probably remains my favourite usage of the Marvel Zombies concept, as exploring the world through the lens of characters such as Reed Richards and Magneto helped to demonstrate the unquestionable horror of a world where all of these familiar superheroes are now undead monsters. I think as a whole though, the Marvel Zombies series is something definitely worth reading or revisiting, as if nothing else, it serves to be a truly interesting peek into a devastatingly frightening and nightmarish alternate Marvel universe. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to leave a like on the video and leave a comment down below as well. Let me know your thoughts on everything we talked about in today's video. I can't wait to hear what you have to say as always. Now, this video was released as part of the One Horrifying Moment collaboration series put together by my good friend Matt Draper. So I will leave links at the end of this video and in the description as well to the full playlist of videos. There are so many awesome horror-themed videos being made by so many awesome creators, so definitely do go and check the other videos out in this series. If you enjoyed this video though, there should be some other videos on screen right now that you might also enjoy, and if you're new to Owen Likes Comics, please consider hitting the subscribe button and the notify bell so you stay up to date with all of the new videos we release on the channel. If you want to help support the channel, you can go to patreon.com/OwenLikesComics, and if you want some more of me, you can follow me on Twitter just at OwenLikesComics. Thanks for watching this video everyone, I will see you all next time, and until then, take care and keep reading.